At Halloween Horror Nights, most people come for the haunted houses, but there's also some really cool themed food and drinks, and we're gonna try as much as we can tonight and tell you what the best food and drinks are this year at Halloween Horror Nights.
They have food themed to Insidious, Ghostbusters, A Quiet Place, and so much more. So we're gonna head inside and try as much as we can. Consider this your ultimate foodie guide to Halloween Horror Nights 2024.
We stopped at the Insidious booth and we got the Red Door. It's a potato and onion filled hand pie for $9.49. That's actually crazy. I didn't know how much it was. Look at what it is. Like, I don't think it's worth the money, and I didn't even try it yet, but that's pretty expensive. So let's take a bite and see. This is only okay. I probably wouldn't get this again. It tastes like a lot like, obviously, potato. I don't really taste the onions that much because I'm not a fan of onions. That looks like a pea on the inside, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in the description.
It's not bad, but it's definitely not worth the $9.49 or whatever it was, and I probably wouldn't get this again, but I'm glad we tried it.
And I totally agree with Alex about the Red Door. Don't get me wrong, it is tasty, but for $9.49, it's a little steep. It had good flavor in it. It kind of reminds me somewhat of like a samosa Pop-Tart, if I had to describe it. The flavors were good, but I don't think it's worth the price. Next up is Eggs in the Further, which is a jalapeno brioche egg in the hole with shashuka and feta cheese, and this was $11.99. Now we're gonna be having a lot of food tonight. We couldn't do it alone, so we have our buddy Connor from the Vacation Kingdoms podcast to help us try some things out.
If you need someone to help eat, I am always one phone call away. This is fantastic, the shashuka. It's not too spicy. Like, it says jalapeno brioche. Tastes just like regular bread, but the eggs, the shashuka itself, which is peppers, tomatoes, the feta cheese, and the cilantro on top is really, really nice. I think it's good that it's not too hot right now, because it's definitely a heavy dish, but solid start.
Now that's really good. I would definitely get that again. And for the price, you're getting a lot of food. It's like a big piece of brioche toast with like egg in the middle. It has the like tomatoes on top, feta cheese. It's really, really tasty. I like that a lot. Next up is the Forbidden Falafel from the Twilight Tavern. This was $10.99 and it's crispy falafel with tomato, cucumber salad, and tzatziki inside a warm pita. Now, just looking at this, it looks really good. There's two good-sized pieces of falafel. And I love like the cucumber, tomato, tzatziki, like that's right up my alley. So I'm really excited to try that. That was actually really good. The falafel isn't the best falafel I've had. I've had pretty good falafel in the past, and this is just kind of like a crumbly falafel. But I mean, for theme park food, I think this is a really good option. With the like lettuce and the cucumbers and tomatoes and the tzatziki, I thought that it really paired well together. And you got like a very good amount of food with this, so I think it's worth the money as well.
And when you consider this was only $1.50 more than the Red Door, it's a really, really good value when you compare it to that. You basically get a whole sandwich. This is definitely something I would get again.
Alrighty, to drink, I got the Creepy Cola, which is an alcoholic drink. It's Jack Daniels, Coca-Cola Classic, black cherry puree, stone fruit syrup, and gummy creepy crawlies. They were out of the gummy creepy crawlies. I assume that's just like bugs, gummy bugs, whatever. They do have a mocktail version, so no booze. Alex was basically just saying, is it a cherry Coke? Yeah, it's a really good cherry Coke. I like it a lot. I think the difference is a lot of the things that you can buy in the Blinky Cup are pre-made. This, they were mixing right then and there. So the Blinky Cup works. It's a 20-ounce souvenir cup that you purchase with whatever drink you want in it for $17.50. Then, when you get a refill, it's only $13.50. The difference is $13.50 normally gets you a 12-ounce drink, but you're getting a 20-ounce drink for the price of 12. So you're getting, what's that, 6 extra ounces? I'm not great at math, I don't know. But the cool thing is you can use this at bars all over Halloween Horror Nights. So no matter where you bought it, you can refill it. I just use it at Duff for beer as well, 6 extra ounces of beer. It's a great deal. One other thing, the pre-mixed ones that they have are $13.50, but if you want to do just a straight liquor pour with a mixer, you can do that, and that's $16 for a refill. So again, a really good deal, especially if you're going to come multiple times throughout the year, or if you plan on having more than one alcoholic beverage at HHN.
Our next stop was over next to Cafe La Bamba at the Monstros booth, where we'll be trying the chocolate tres leches for $5.99. This is a milk-soaked chocolate cake with whipped topping and canela.
This was really good. This is a really good dessert option. They had cinnamon on top, which I think really added to the flavor. I enjoyed it. And the cake itself wasn't too dry. I won't use the M word, but it was pretty M word. But yeah, it was really good. For a dessert, I would definitely get that again.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one as well. As we got deeper into the cake, you could see the milk sitting at the bottom of the dish. So you could definitely taste that this was a milk-soaked cake. Really, really good chocolate flavors on there. The topping was kind of like a marshmallowy, whipped cream that was on top. A little on the smaller side, but if you're looking for something sweet that packs a punch, I would definitely get this one again.
We are at the Slaughter Cinema themed booth, and we got the Rocks from Hell, which were $7.49. They are crispy jalapeno and cheddar cheese stuffed lumps of coal. They look almost like chocolate donut holes, don't they?
A little bit.
Yeah, but I'm excited to try them because I love anything with jalapenos in them, so we'll see what they taste like. Honestly, they taste like a jalapeno popper, but without biting into the jalapeno. That's exactly what it tastes like. If you like jalapeno poppers, you will like these because it has the same flavoring. It tastes just like a jalapeno popper, except you can't see where the jalapeno's at, or you're not biting directly into the jalapeno. These are really good. And
also from the Cary Drive-In, we got the Ropa Vieja Walking Taco. Doritos, Ropa Vieja, Salsa Roja, lettuce, sour cream, and Monterey Jack cheese for $13.99. So the walking taco was really, really good. Now last year it was ground beef that was in there. This year it was pulled beef. Ropa Vieja, there was a lot of it in there. Very, very generous portion of beef. So it's worth the money. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but you get a ton of beef in there. It's super filling. You could take it and walk around, go through the scare zones with it, wait in line for a house with it. It's a very economical meal while you're here at HHN. And that's definitely something I'm gonna be getting again because I was actually really, really surprised with the amount of beef that was in there. Last year, the Frito version, which is now the vegan version this year, they do have a vegan option with Fritos. There was barely any ground beef in it, and I didn't really care for the walking taco last year, but they've redeemed themselves. Our next stop brings us to the Portofino Bridge, which is the bridge between Diagon Alley and Springfield. And we got the pumpkin guts, which is butternut squash and zucchini noodles with pumpkin seeds and vegan butter inside an acorn squash for $10.49. And we also got the goblin pie, a baked mini apple pie with cinnamon sugar and a bloody raspberry jam for $5.99.
So I tried the pumpkin guts. It was good. I think it was a really good vegan option. It had vegan butter. It was in an acorn squash with spaghetti squash and pumpkin seeds and stuff. I really enjoyed it. If you like something like that, I think you will like it. And like I said, it's a good vegan option, but I'm definitely not gonna run back here and get that again.
Now me, on the other hand, that apple pie was fantastic. Me and Connor were talking, I think that's actually the best food item that we've had so far. Whether it was savory food, a dessert type food, that was so good. It's on the order of a McDonald's apple pie, a little bit thinner, a little bit less flaky, and then they had that cinnamon sugar on top with the raspberry. It's really, really good. That is my must-get item out of everything that we tried so far. If I recommend one thing, it would be that apple pie.
Over at the Major Sweets Concoctions, I got the Sour Cherry Lemonade Boba for $12.25. It has popping lychee boba with sour cherry sprinkles topped with whipped topping and Sprite. Ooh. This is right up my alley because I like anything cherry flavored. Cherry Coke is my favorite thing ever. This is basically cherry Sprite with the boba on the bottom and then a whipped cream topping. It's very sweet though, so if you don't like sweet things, you're not gonna like it, but I'm definitely gonna get this again. It is expensive for what it is though, 12 something for a non-alcoholic drink.
$12.25,
yeah. I feel like that's pretty pricey for something like this. It is a big cup, but I don't know. It's non-alcoholic, so why would it be that much? It's just cherry Sprite, so.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It tastes almost like a watermelon type soda. It has that fruity flavor to it. Like Alex said, I do think it's on the pricey side. $12.25 for a non-alcoholic drink is definitely expensive, although it's a pretty big cup, and you can easily share this with a couple of people. So if you wanted to split it with a friend, you can easily do that. But if you're looking for something sweet, which is right on the theme for major sweets, this is pretty good. And over from the Quiet Place booth, we got the Wooden Board Eclair, spicy dark chocolate pastry cream filled eclair dipped in chocolate ganache with a bloody chocolate plank for $6.99. You have to be really, really quiet. Shh, shh, be quiet, Connor. Oh, this is cool. So you order over there, and then you pick up your food at the exit of Sting Alley. And there is the spaceship from the movie. If you've seen it, you know how sad that is. And then there's the board that's in the family basement in their bunker. Blind, attack sound, armor, how many in area, confirmed 3. What is the weakness? We all know what the weakness is. The daughter is the hero. Look at the creature right there. That's really, really cool. And then you pick up your food. Over here, there's another one in the window. This is really, really good theming.
So we just tried the eclair, and there's some spicy like chocolate in the middle. And at first, Matt and I were saying like, it's like the slightest hint of like cinnamon, and then it just like dies away. And Connor just tried the last bite, and he said he got all of it. So maybe it was all on one end.
That was really, really good. Like Alex said, it seems like all the spice was at the end. The rest of it, as you were taking bites, you would get like the slightest hint of like Big Red, like a cinnamon type gum, and then it would immediately die. So I was like waiting for the spice to kick in. It seems like the eclair that we got, it was just all at the other end, because Connor ate the last bit of it and got all of it. But it was really, really good. It was nice and cold, so it was somewhat of a refreshing dessert, even though it's not really meant to be. And then the theming of it was very, very well done. The nail in there, super cool. This whole food booth area in Sting Alley I think is really, really neat, and I'm excited to try the other 2 options next time we're here. Our final stop of the night is over at the Ghostbusters booth, and we got a few different items. First is the Garaka's Icy Breath. This is honeydew syrup, lime juice, blue curacao, elderflower syrup, and fluffed marshmallow topping for $8.50. This is a non-alcoholic drink.
I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's sweet, but it's definitely not my favorite. I don't know if I would get this again. I prefer the other one that I just had.
I just have to say it's blue curacao syrup, because curacao is alcohol and she's not drinking
Good call.
alcohol.
Good call. That's why we have Connor around.
Yeah, non-alcoholic.
Is the top just like marshmallow?
Yeah, that part is good. This, like, it's good, but I don't know if I could drink a whole thing of it.
Next is the Slimer's Korean corn dog. It's a Korean cheese dog with Fritos, coated with Cheetos powder, ghost pepper spice, sage derby cheese, and mozzarella for $11.99. And the third item we got is the frozen Death Chill. This is $11.99, and it's a Korean corn dog dipped mint cheesecake with bugles and glitter. Holy moly. There's a look at the inside of the cheesecake corn dog. Just took a little bite. It almost has like a minty type of taste to it, but I'm gonna take a big bite right there. But it's got bugles, glitter. A lot of interesting things are gonna be happening tomorrow morning after eating this.
The cheesecake was interesting. Like, I'm really glad we tried it, but it's not something that I'll like run back to get again. It has like the slightest minty flavor, but the bugles actually add a lot to it because it gives it like a saltiness to it. And I think it's really cool with the glitter on top. The drink, I'm not the biggest fan of. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. I do prefer the sour lemonade one that I got over at Major Sweets.
So we just had all of the Ghostbusters food, and I have to say, everything was actually surprisingly pretty good. Now, none of them were my favorite food items of the night, but both the dessert corn dog as well as the actual corn dog were way better than I thought they were gonna be. Like, it sounds disgusting and extremely unappetizing because it's themed to food that Slimer would eat, and that's why, you know, it has a little bit of everything, like the scene from Ghostbusters Frozen Empire where they find Slimer and he's kind of going through the garbage eating. That's what inspired this type of food, but both of them were better than I thought they were gonna be. The dessert one had like a minty taste to it, like the slightest hint of mint, and then the bugles gave it a nice crunch. The regular corn dog was basically a regular corn dog. The cheese in there was dyed green, for Slimer, and then there were parts that were just, you know, regular cheese. But the actual corn dog didn't go all the way through, so depending on where you took a bite of it, you may or may not get corn dog in there. And then lastly, the s'more was good. Now, if you've had a s'more in your life, then you've had this s'more. It's a Hershey's chocolate bar, graham crackers, and then you're really paying for the art of the food, right? With the Stay Puft Marshmallow, getting that photo for Instagram, and this is easily gonna be the most popular food item this year. It's quick to eat, hits the spot. The lines for the Ghostbusters food booth were crazy. It was our longest food wait of the night by far, and it's almost 12:30, and people are still lining up to get this food. So again, all three, pretty good solid options, but they're not at the top of my list. Connor, we wrapped up the night, we ate a lot of food.
Yes.
What was your favorite thing that you've had, and what was your least favorite thing that you've had?
I'm stuffed, I can't have more. My least favorite thing, honestly, a tie between the two Ghostbusters things. The corn dog, just a mess, a total mess. And then the cheesecake on a stick. It was interesting. I think the flavors were good. I just was thinking it was going to be cold cheesecake because, I don't know, all the description kind of led me to believe that. It was piping hot, so that was interesting to me. My favorite was the eggs, a little bit further eggs, whatever it was called, I don't know, in Shashuka. Really, really good. But I also really loved the coal. That was, I could easily get 2 orders of those, pop them in my mouth, and I will definitely be getting both of those things again.
Okay, so my favorite, I have to agree with Connor, was the eggs in the beginning. It was like an egg in the hole with the brioche bun, the feta cheese, and the shashuka on top. And again, I think that was definitely worth the money because you get a lot of food. And it was just so tasty. I would definitely get that again. My least favorite, I would say, was the Red Door. It didn't taste bad. Like I'm not gonna run back to get it again, but it's not something that I would get every time. Like it tasted like samosa in like a Pop-Tart looking red, like it looked like a red Pop-Tart. But it wasn't the greatest, and I don't think it was worth the money.
And for me, it's very hard to pick my favorite item. I would say my favorite dessert item that I had was the apple pie over from the bridge over by Springfield. And then as far as like a savory food item, I actually really enjoyed the walking taco. I thought you got a lot of meat in there. I thought it was worth the price. But honestly, we didn't have anything that was bad tonight. The one thing I would say would be the worst would be the Red Door, just because the price didn't really match what you got in terms of food. But almost everything we had was pretty good. Like a lot of these would be repeat items. It's hard to eat this much food in one night, but as the event goes on, we'll probably be revisiting these at least once. A lot of good food items this year. All right, so that is gonna do it for our night here at Halloween Horror Nights. I am absolutely stuffed.
We tried a lot tonight.
We did.
We didn't try everything, but we did try a lot. And we have to thank our friend Connor at Vacation Kingdoms because he did help us eat some of the food and review some of it. So thank you to Connor.
Yes, we'll leave a link down in the description to his channel as well as links to his podcast as well. It's an awesome resource if you're planning a trip to either Disney or Universal, anything in the Orlando area. Highly recommend that you check out Vacation Kingdoms, but it was a fun night. And like we said, overall, the food was really, really good.
Yeah.
There was nothing that we ate that we were like, this is gross.
No, yeah.
And we'll see, you know, there's a couple other things that we did want to try tonight that we didn't get a chance to yet. And we will definitely be back to try those in the future. So if you guys enjoyed coming along with us tonight, make sure you give the video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss out on all of our future HHN videos to come. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.